This is Terry with the Retriever Nation. I usually talk retrievers with you, but today I'm beginning a new series titled Off the Beaten Path. In this first episode, I'll take you to one of the most photographed spots of the Appalachian Trail, McAfee Knob. I'll teach you just what this hike is all about so you too can do it. And if you stay through the descent, you'll see how many stars I give it and if it makes my hiked it, liked it stamp of approval. So strap on your pack and let's hit the Appalachian Trail. McAfee Knob, located just outside of Salem, Virginia, is recognized as one of the most spectacular hikes in the United States. Its natural ledge juts off the mountainside, making it the iconic postcard image of the Appalachian Trail. Sitting atop the Catawba Mountain, this 8.8-mile out-and-back hike is considered moderately strenuous, and with its elevation gain of just over 1,800 feet, will give you a good workout. The 270-degree view is stunning any time of day, but at sunrise is breathtaking. Also, doing this hike for the sunrise actually turns it into 2 hikes in one, but more about that later. When planning this hike, allow a 2 to 3 day window and narrow to the best day for a sunrise view. The evening prior, you can either camp at one of the 7 permitted sites on the trail or stay at one of the several nearby hotels and do the full hike the morning of. Because you'll be hitting the trail in pitch black, familiarizing yourself the day before will give you confidence. Take a drive up to the parking lot and trailhead during the daylight so you won't be doing this for the first time in the dark. There are several things you will learn. Take a minute to read all the great information at the kiosk and study the map. You'll learn that the hike will take you about 4 to 6 hours. There's a leave no trace policy, and you are, of course, recreating in the wilderness. Are you ready to hike McAfee? Do you have the following packed? 2 quarts of water, durable shoes, a flashlight or headlamp, high-energy foods, rain gear or poncho, layers, camera, and a thermos of coffee can be fun to share. Now you just need to figure out what time to hit the trail. Subtract 2 hours from first light. Yes, it's early, but it'll be worth it, I promise. Considered the father of national parks, John Muir said, "Between every 2 pines is a doorway to a new world. Let's step through that doorway now." You'll be glad you familiarized yourself yesterday. See how dark it is now? With your backpacks and headlamps on, you're ready to hit the trail. From the parking lot, cross over Virginia 311 and pick up the white-blazed Appalachian Trail north. You'll immediately begin climbing elevation and within the first quarter mile meet a fork. A right takes you down and continues on the Appalachian Trail. A left will hop you onto the Fire Road. Either pick is correct, as these paths parallel and converge again in a bit. We choose the Fire Road. Around the 2.5-mile mark, the Fire Road is chained off and the 2 paths converge. A trail sign tells you to turn left to hop back on the snaking Appalachian Trail to continue your ascent up the western ridge. The path is well marked. You'll be climbing an equivalent of 167 stories during this hike, so some stretches may be a bit strenuous. If needed, take short breaks to hydrate. You might notice the sound of my bear bells. They were recommended for hikes we've done in grizzly territory, along with other items. Since I'm afraid of all bears and hiking in the dark, I use them. Prior to reaching summit, I'll take them off so as not to annoy others, yet I don't mind annoying my family as we hike. They just don't appreciate the many bear attacks I've saved them from by wearing them. You'll pass into a clearing for transmission lines before entering the final section of ascent. After several more stories, you will notice a change in the surrounding vegetation as well as the surface you are walking on. You have arrived. The knob is straight in front of you. If the coveted knob is already occupied, don't worry. You can return to it later for pictures. This is a popular hike, so it's likely you won't be alone up there. While weekdays have significantly less people, weekends can get busy. The ridge stretches on, and there are several spots to take in the panoramic view. The sunrise will look amazing from any of them. Now that you've found your spot, pour yourself a cup of coffee, sit back, and just take it all in. It sounds like this. And looks like this. The Smokies certainly live up to their name. The Cherokee named the mountains Land of Blue Smoke. Home to millions of trees and plants, it's the collective vapor they exhale that create the blanket of fog that gives this region an almost magical quality. Up here, the troubles of the world just melt away. Coffee tastes better and love runs deeper, as proven by a sunrise marriage proposal that once occurred. For some, McAfee is just the first stop, as another 5.3 miles north on the Appalachian Trail will take you to Tinker Cliffs. Once the sun is up, take time to explore the area. The rugged beauty can't be beat and has a way of making you feel young and agile. Ready to leave? Let's take the ridge back to the trail. Careful now. Although I'm afraid of heights, I've gained confidence walking this every time. If you share this fear, don't rule this hike out because of it. If I can do it, you can too. Fall hikes up to McAfee are very popular. Just imagine what this view would look like during peak color. Also, dogs are allowed on McAfee but must be leashed at all times. I probably wouldn't take my senior ones. The descent can be a little jarring on older joints.
Good, how are you?
People have fallen to their death up here, so be careful. You're almost back to the trail, but this hike isn't over yet. Remember I said that hiking this at sunrise is like 2 hikes in one? Well, this is where your second one begins. Remember this? I didn't think so. You'll be shocked at all the beauty you walked right past in the dark. You'll also be quite impressed at what you actually hiked now that you can see it. This is some rough terrain, and you'll now see why it's important to wear shoes that protect your toes. I've never made it up without stumbling a few times, and I'm sure without the right footwear, there would have been a broken toe or two. At the junction of the trail and fire road, you can choose which route to take back to the parking lot to complete your hike. You've seen a glorious sunrise, hiked 8.8 miles, climbed 167 stories, and logged almost 20,000 steps all by 9 a.m. and should feel quite accomplished. McAfee is a bucket lister for hikers from around the world, so it's no surprise it earns a full 5 out of 5 stars and our hiked it, liked it stamp of approval. I hope you enjoyed being taken off the beaten path. If you liked this episode, like and subscribe as more adventures are just around the corner. And remember, of all the paths you take in life, make sure a few of them are dirt. See you next time.